run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it
up. Today, from Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Madden Football on EA Sports. Vegas Raiders taking on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New England Patriots and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're so valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And that will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So now here come the Patriots to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Jones wants to throw to start things out here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a man who played at Centennial High here in Las Vegas, Ramondre Stevenson. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 44, Jones. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. But just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, The quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I notice his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing Jones. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here at 2nd and 15. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
They're going to try and throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right? Field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, here's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Back to Stevenson on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Jones on first down. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Patriots drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Full connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Matthew shot in there to take it down. When he shot in, it seemed like he was out of cannon in that linebacker position. Even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnose that play quickly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get the quarterback, and a sack resulted. That was their first third down try of the game. Clearly something off in the execution of that play. Good news. They got to be able to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the pass is backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over first and 10. New England's offense set to go. And they had to go length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And starting field position pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want to work on are big plays. You got to try some yardage and come down and over the time to stop the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. Not being moved off the line. Kept the shoulders square. Gave the teammates time to flip to the ball and limit that game.
Well, and then open down the middle of the field. And he's taken down number 14. second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the handoff, Stevenson. And managed to kick up about 4 and second and down. First down, it really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to don't make it work. Or sucker the defense in, they will throw it over the top. Stevenson gets it again on second down.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you're going from being a passer to a runner. And it's just once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the ball while you're traversing downfield. 7-7, our score after one. Second down. Now first carry for Brandon Bolden. And gets just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Patriots go with a dime package here. Two defensive backs on third. Throwing down to Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. As a 20-yard one guy step down, field of man coverage. And make the ground quickly in the end zone. You have to put yourself in a position to make plays, just like that one we saw there. And this will be out of bounds. Now they're watching where they're marking. And the same crosses at the 11-yard line. New England trying to play some offense. And they got to go off the 50 last time by fumble and turn it over. So they'll be looking at a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis. Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because they take care of the ball, continue moving. Their chances of scoring some points, they got to get pretty good out of that. I think they moved in the right direction last time. Fumbles, and then just affect your offense. They take the overall team because now your defense has to make that same step. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8. Jones. But like the play design there, they occupy the defense downfield. You don't want to try to count someone. But unfortunately, they kept the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely no notice. But I'm not going to give you yards on that play. And it's across the 40, 3 extra yards to 43. 91 yards rushing for him as he's been tough to stop here this first down. A good run got 7 on the first. Here's second and 3. They run once more with Stevenson. It's a kick to the 35. For the game. This is how happens when they're running. They get the curve out of the first down. They got 7 yards first down. When you get stuffed there on second down, now maybe they yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporating. On third and short, they get the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give it 6 yards and they do convert on third. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut. And he's got to have some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it's a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run just there. And he's on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, they run in and make anything really big out of that. It's not a bad idea to find the tight end and give it easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play. And it's a run to roll now.
CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in because he had at least a couple guys had really good shots at him, but he just says, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, all on display right there. Look like you partner back on your salad days in Evansville.
On for the extra point. It's Folk. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was polished off by Ramondre Stevenson touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And Abdullah will not try to break it out. So out come the Raiders. That 7-0 lead there is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they fall from behind, but how do they prove that they got to score? So what's the formula to get out there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe get this game tied up.
To throw again on 2nd down. It's swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out of 27.
That might feel like a little bit of lost opportunity there. You know, because these people are pressure there time. And sometimes it gets that. You get your running back and it gets turned into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting it in quickly and building it to a short game.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch for him, it's good for a dozen and a first down. On play action, just around the line. And it goes down, it's a Patriots sack. Matt Judon, that is now 2 sacks for him here in his first half. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up pretty good chunk of yards right there. They got a good portion of it right back. And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward and had a couple leaps backwards after that play. They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it. This offense so far on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he can manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on the punt. He's been a busy man here this first half as he gets away. Fair catch signal for it, taking about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Jones is matched now with 1st and 10 at their own 15. It's Stevenson that won to begin the run. And a 15, they're going to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. That's a real game right there. They got 5 yards halfway to the first down. Really pop them down the hole. Everyone's going to want to touch that football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen the scrimmage. They'll be grounded well outfield around the 50-yard line. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and the first down. Now a handoff, Stevenson. 152 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. 80 yards to gain on that last run here. 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Stevenson. And getting down to 47 here. 4 yards to pick up, first down. On play action, Jones. Outside here, complete to the tight end, gets kicking. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll get down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Off the play fake, Jones. Left side. He's going to be right down just inside the 45.
Let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on. You're not going to be able to disguise it because for a tight end inside, difficult to sneak in anywhere. That's what they try to do. Line that on his right, trying to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense is able to hit.
And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. This is Stevenson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. So he gets absolutely nothing out of that sneak, and now it's 4th down. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal from 28 yards out. Folk's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raiders heading out to take over. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. A dump off here to Bolden. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And not much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He'll get this underneath to Stevenson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Stevenson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Folk's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. Got a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. Play action. Garoppolo. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Bolden. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Garoppolo. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Hunter Renfro who capped things off with a touchdown reception. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 197 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Off play action. Jones on the move to his left. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
That's multiple times now. He's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They run with Stevenson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now Folk for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it. Jones hit, and the ball's out. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the Patriots coming out now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Raiders have recovered. So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter. That swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, 2nd guy in, tackle the ball.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Keelan Cole, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. On first down, right back to Strong. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Gets it to Strong. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Strong. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Folks' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson down to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. New England trying to get a place on offense. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick. But look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. Here's Strong to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Strong again. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Give up the middle to Strong. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 at a New England first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the run. Taking care of the football, because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders 17. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Strong. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Straight ahead is Strong. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes makes it 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a give to Strong. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Pierre Strong taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Patriots will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now a conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. From the 29, Garoppolo looking middle, and that's complete. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. To throw is Garoppolo. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Garoppolo again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Now it's Bolden. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll start on the ground with Strong. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll go again with Strong. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A handoff for Strong. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd down, here's Strong. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The Folks' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept and boom, over the crossbar.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Now here's a throw right side. Taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. It's complete to Cole. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
for Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
With that, we say so long from Las Vegas.
Tonight, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park.
Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
They start the drive with Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On play action, Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And they run the option on second down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Allen. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants, but his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Naheem Hines. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Allen. It's complete to Diggs. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Allen and Knox
backs teaming up there for Buffalo first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Allen's throw is complete, and they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Operating from the red zone now, Allen. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Bills are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there as his guys are able to extend their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. It's Barkley on the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Throwing, Jones. Steps away to his left. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 16. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are back within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing...
Stephon Diggs, 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Allen off the play fake. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's good to make it 17-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. After 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Now Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Dancing to his left. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a give running left is Breida. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jones to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
And And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. They'll try the middle with Cook. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down, Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Allen now on 1st down. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 28 yards.
And the Bills have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, he'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
James Cook running back out now.
It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Allen now looks to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
87 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They pitch it out to Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Allen going to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They run again on first down. Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios and this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Again, it's Cook. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Bills will add on to their lead. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's Jones, throwing on first down, forced out to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now Jones, this pass into the hands of Bellinger. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Up the middle, it's Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll run with Cook. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Well, that's complete to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Throwing on 1st down, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Again, it's Barkley. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he's got this down to the 35. 156 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On play action, Allen. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some spaces, and I know it sounds crazy.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Jones, and his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 36. Back to throw again. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Bills will take over here just shy of the 30. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Here's Allen to throw it. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
To throw, it's Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Out to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, Steve?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Giants are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Jones being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game. So every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. Here it's 3rd and 3. And this is going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually watching a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here's Cook again. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's probably run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Look at this, a tight end carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he is going to have the Bills 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it's 1st
first down, Buffalo.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bills continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Jones on 3rd and 2. And that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They run with Hines, and he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Hines. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And now here's a sneak, maybe looking to run a little time. And he is going to have a Bills first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.